Have you ever read a story in the Bible and thought, wait a minute? That question seems a little obvious. There's a fascinating moment in the Gospel of John chapter 5 that does exactly this. It's a story that, on the surface, is about a miraculous healing. But if you dig just a little deeper, it reveals a profound truth about human nature, about our identities, and about the real meaning of wanting to change. Let's set the scene. We're in Jerusalem, near a place called the Pool of Bethesda. The name Bethesda means house of mercy. And it was a place where many people with disabilities gathered. There was a tradition, or a belief, that an angel would come down at certain times and stir the waters. The first person to get into the pool after the water was stirred would be healed of whatever disease they had. It was a place of desperation, but also a place of hope. Among the crowd is a man who has been an invalid, unable to walk, for 38 years. 38 years. Think about that for a moment. That's a lifetime for many people. It's longer than many people's entire careers. This man has spent nearly 4 decades in the same condition, day in and day out, watching, waiting, and hoping. His entire life, his entire world, has been shaped by this paralysis. Then Jesus comes along. He sees this man lying there, and the text says, he learned that he had been in this condition for a long time. Jesus knows the depth of his suffering. He knows the years of disappointment. And then he asks a question that seems almost absurd. He looks at this man who has been paralyzed for 38 years and asks, "Do you want to get well?" At first glance you might think, of course he wants to get well. What kind of question is that? It's like asking someone starving if they want food, or someone drowning if they want a life raft. The answer seems completely obvious. But Jesus never asks pointless questions. Every word he speaks has layers of meaning and intention. So, why did he ask this? The answer is not as simple as we might think. Jesus, in his infinite wisdom, understood something about the human heart that we often miss. He knew that for some people, their sickness, their problem, their struggle, becomes more than just a condition. It becomes their identity. Think about this man's life for 38 years. His paralysis defined him. It was how people knew him. It was the reason he was at the pool. It was the basis for his entire daily routine. It was likely how he survived, perhaps by begging. His condition, as terrible as it was also his normal. It was familiar. The thought of being healed, while desirable on one level, was also terrifying on another. If he gets healed, everything changes. He can no longer sit by the pool. He can no longer beg for a living. The identity he has known for 38 years is gone in an instant. Suddenly, he would have to get a job. He would have to take on new responsibilities. He would have to learn to navigate the world in a completely different way. He would have to relate to people not as a helpless invalid, but as an able-bodied man. Healing meant leaving behind the only life he knew. The familiar comfort of victimhood would be gone. Being a victim can be, in a strange way, comfortable. It absolves you of responsibility. Things are not your fault. They happen to you. People might feel sorry for you, give you attention, or help you out. Changing that dynamic means stepping into a world where you are expected to be responsible for yourself, to contribute, to stand on your own 2 feet, literally, in this man's case. Jesus' question was not, "Do you want to be free from pain?" It was, "Are you truly ready to let go of the identity you've built around this pain?" Now look at the man's response. It's incredibly telling. When Jesus asks, "Do you want to get well?" the man doesn't say, "Yes, more than anything in the world." He doesn't jump at the chance. Instead, he gives an excuse. He says, "Sir, I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Notice what he's doing. He doesn't answer the question about his desire. Instead, he explains why he's still sick. He blames his circumstances. He blames his lack of support. "I have no one to help me." He blames the system. Someone else always gets in first. His focus is entirely on the external reasons for his condition. He has a well-rehearsed story of why he's stuck, a story he has probably told himself and others for decades. He's so entrenched in his victim narrative that he can't even see the offer of freedom standing right in front of him. He sees Jesus not as a solution, but as just another person to tell his sad story to. His answer is a deflection. It's the classic response of someone who is more comfortable with the problem than the solution. It's easier to complain about the system than to take a bold step of faith. It's easier to blame the people around us for not helping than to look within and ask, what is my part in this? Jesus' reaction to this is pure genius. He completely ignores the man's excuse. He doesn't get into a debate about who should have helped him. He doesn't say, "Oh, you poor thing, let me help you get to the water's edge next time." No. He cuts right through the narrative of helplessness. He challenges the man's will directly. He says 3 simple, powerful things. Get up, pick up your mat and walk. Let's break that down. Get up! This is a command to change his posture, both physically and mentally. Stop lying down in defeat. Rise up from the place of passivity. Pick up your mat. This is hugely significant. The mat was the symbol of his sickness. It was the bed he lay on for 38 years. It was the evidence of his identity as an invalid. Jesus is telling him to take up the very thing that defined his old life. Don't leave it behind as a sad memory. Take ownership of it. Carry it as a testament to your transformation. It's no longer a bed of sickness. It's a trophy of your healing. And finally, walk. Start moving, step into your new life. Take action. Don't just lie there and think about it. Do it. In that moment, Jesus wasn't just healing a man's legs. He was challenging his soul. He was essentially asking, are you ready to stop being a victim? Do you truly want to change, or do you just enjoy the sympathy and the lack of responsibility that comes with your problem? Are you ready to take ownership of your life? This story forces us to look in the mirror. How often do we do the same thing? We say we want to change. We want to lose weight, get a better job, improve our relationships, or break a bad habit. But when faced with the opportunity, what do we do? Do we jump at it, or do we, like the man at the pool, start making excuses? I'd love to eat healthier, but I just don't have time to cook. I want to find a new job, but the economy is bad and no one is hiring. I want to forgive that person, but you don't know what they did to me. We have our own versions of, I have no one to help me into the pool. We become comfortable in our dissatisfaction. Complaining about the problem becomes easier than doing the hard work of solving it. Sometimes, the attention we get from our struggles is more appealing than the quiet responsibility of success. So, the question Jesus asked 2,000 years ago is still for us today. Do you want to get well? And it's not a superficial question. It's a deep, soul-searching question. Do you really want to change? Are you willing to let go of the excuses? Are you willing to abandon the comfortable identity of being a victim? Are you willing to get up, pick up your mat, the very symbol of your old struggle, and walk into a new life of responsibility and freedom? Think about that one area of your life where you feel stuck, the one you complain about the most. Now, imagine Jesus standing in front of you, looking you in the eyes, and asking with love and challenge, do you want to get well? What is your honest answer? Is it a list of excuses, or is it a simple, powerful yes? Because the power to heal, the power to change, is standing right in front of you, waiting for your answer. Thanks so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, think about subscribing for more content that goes deeper into these powerful stories. See you next time.